Well, it was 50 years ago to this very day that the Maple Leaf flag was raised for the first time on Parliament Hill. It was pretty controversial at the time, and it's being celebrated with hardly any fanfare today. Joining me now from Toronto, Conservative MP Rick Dykstra, who's also the Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Heritage. Mr. Dykstra, thanks very much for being here. But listen, millions and millions of dollars to celebrate Sir John A. Macdonald's birthday, more than $5 million to commemorate the War of 1812, and $50,000 for the Canadian flag. Why?
Well, look, it's a 50th anniversary, obviously, on Sunday, February the 15th. And one of the important pieces of all of this in terms of celebration, Tom, is that it isn't a need to spend taxpayers' dollars to celebrate a flag that is known all over the world in terms of what it represents. And I think we're going to see lots of folks over the coming year celebrating the 50th anniversary of the flag whether it be the CFL, whether it be Boy Scouts, whether it be Girl Scouts.
All right.
The celebration on this doesn't require an expenditure of money.
Well, boy, I guess the War of 12 really required an expenditure of money, and Sir John A. Macdonald's birthday. Look, let's hit the nail on the head here, because I've heard this from Conservatives, that this is in fact political, the fact that you're only giving this tiny little amount to celebrate the flag, not even a ceremony up on Parliament Hill. They say, look, red and white, those are the Liberal Party colors. The flag was brought in by a Liberal Prime Minister, and the Conservative leader at the time, John Diefenbaker, wept openly as the old flag came down. How much of this is politics?
I think if what you're expressing is exactly that, it's politics and partisanship that certainly isn't coming from this government. It's not part of what we're doing in terms of celebrating our country's symbol, that is a symbol of democracy, a symbol of peace, a symbol of good government, a symbol that out of 7 billion people that walk on this earth, when asked, 1 billion of them would say if they had to leave their country of origin, Canada would be the place to come.
And
there's no place in celebrating the flag.
$50,000 compared to $5 million for the War of 1812. You don't think that's cheap, huh?
Well, I think a lot less people knew and know about what happened during the War of 1812, Canada's successes in the War of 1812, ensuring that there's an awareness and educational aspect to the celebration of 1812 certainly is a lot different than people's understanding, Canadians' knowledge and belief and love of the Canadian flag. If money were necessary to celebrate the flag, Tom, we'd spend it. It's completely unnecessary to do it because everyone knows the Canadian flag and what it stands for.
Let's take a look at what else you're spending money on. Federal government is going to spend $3 million on a monument to the victims of communism here in Ottawa. It's been called awful things by the Mayor of Ottawa, the Royal Society of Architects of Canada, as well as the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada have all said, what are we doing? This thing is terrible. It's in the wrong place. It's just an awful thing. Why are we spending $3 million on a monument that so far pretty well everybody here in town says is just one of the worst things that has ever been proposed?
Well, Tom, I don't agree with you. I don't think everyone in Ottawa is disagreeing with it. Whenever you go through a process of honoring and ensuring that a memorial is put in place to remember those that have, especially with respect to communism, are going to be impacted, there's going to be differences of opinion. We've gone through a process since 2008 to ensure we pick the right type of monument and we pick the right location. It's beside the Supreme Court, right in between the Library of Archives of Ottawa and the Supreme Court. But it's in a very good spot for those two.
Doesn't it concern you, though, that the Chief Justice of Canada has said it's in the wrong spot?
No, it doesn't. Chief Justice certainly has, and all of the justice, the members of the Supreme Court have their opinion. From time to time we hear it, whether it's determining a legal case or whether it's their individual opinion. So certainly having an opinion is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It goes back to the reason we spoke about a little earlier about our flag. So that's fine. We've had organizations involved since 2008. The NCC, the National Capital Commission, went through this process. They determined this was the right location. 8 million Canadians have been impacted by the onslaught or the subject of communism. The memorial's in a great spot, and I think once it's complete, Tom, we're all going to see it's in the right area and it's the right kind of monument.
Okay, so no backing down at all. Rick Dykstra, Parliamentary Secretary, the Minister of Heritage, thanks very much for being here today. I appreciate your time.
You bet, Tom. Thank you.